Hello, Pharma family.
Hi, family.
Hi.
How's everybody doing out there? This is our first interview back. Here it is, 2017, December. Weather's sunny, rain, sunny and then rain, sun and rain. We're getting ready to drop into the dry season and our retreat season coming up 2017-18. But before that happens, we get a few guests coming in from November to January. And one of our first and favorites from New Zealand, the
That's not very
Kiwi.
good.
Everybody, Pharma Life family, Cora.
Hi.
Hi, Cora.
So Cora, this is your second time through Central and South America. Talk to us a little bit about your first time coming through here.
Okay, so the first time I came to South America was 16 years ago.
Yeah, so you were a kid.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Mhm.
16, 17 years old. And now I've been back for more or less a year and a half. And really recently, well, this whole experience has been very different, obviously. I mean, coming as a 16-year-old and then...
When you came over as a 16-year-old, what were you doing?
I did an exchange year in Peru.
Right.
So I was at high school and also traveling.
Right, so you got to experience a little bit of the culture.
Yeah, sure,
And,
yeah.
yeah. And then you were like, okay, I'll come back.
Oh, and so that's why you're fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, she's really good in Spanish. Speaks better than me.
It's not hard to do.
You understood the guy the other day, right? You better than I did at the breakfast place.
Uh-huh.
I remember that. I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about, and then you did. So thank you for that.
That's so good.
So here you are the second time back in Central and South America, and your first stops were here in Costa Rica, right? Or you were in other places?
I've been in Central America.
Okay, so you've been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So you checked our place out. What was the reason for you for coming here? What was the purpose?
So I've been looking at doing a cleanse, so some kind of
Nice.
juice cleanse or fasting for, well, several reasons. Physical being one of them, obviously, having a physical cleanse. And I started looking around Costa Rica because it's obviously quite well known for retreats and that sort of thing. And I was looking at a few. I probably researched for a good 2 or 3 weeks, quite solidly, just looking at lots of different places.
Nice.
And then I came across this one on the internet, at some search I did, and I started going through your website, looking at the videos, and it just really resonated with me. And I
Nice.
also really got the sense straight away that it's not, for you guys, it's not just like a money making activity.
No.
Whereas lots of the other places were really expensive, and the communication I had with them, you just get the feeling, that this place just felt right.
We're living it. It's family here. Pharma Life family, right? I want to touch on something because we've talked a bunch. And you were telling me you're smart. Because sometimes people in natural healing like this, they wait until they get an illness. Right? So here you are. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Right? But that's good. You don't even know. That's good because this is a number. But I remember you telling me, you know what? I want to do this cleanse. And we'll talk a little bit about that because you did a juice fast. I want to take care of this stuff now before I get sick or before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really good. So a lot of times people come here and they've got an illness. And now they really have to unravel themselves with fasting and thoughts and spirituality and meditation and stuff like that. You nipped it in the bud here at 33. Well done. So what did you do while you were here?
So I came here, like you said already. I mean, I'm pretty healthy, but just everyday lifestyle. I think we all eat too much, probably the wrong types of foods.
Ramses, everyone.
Other things that in everyday life that you don't pay attention to, but they just become habits. So,
Sure, just poor choices, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So I came here, and pretty much this first day, I think it was, I started doing the juice cleanse. So basically for 7 days, I just had pressed juices.
Yep, green juices,
Orange juice.
fruit juices,
Yeah.
right from our trees, the oranges from our trees.
Like the green lemonade, we call it.
And it's
Lots
funny.
of dark greens.
You did great because we don't stand over people. It's more of a kind of a do-it-yourself place here, right? And you self-disciplined yourself. We don't tell people, you screwed up, you cheated. It's your choice. You can choose here. You can choose fasting. You can choose juicing. You can choose whatever it is that you want. And all the activities that we have here, or just sit in your room and watch the internet. But you didn't, man. You got super disciplined and you got it done. High five.
Thanks.
Yeah, but and you did well. Did you have any detox symptoms or anything like that?
I had a really bad headache probably the first 2 days.
Normal.
Well, I guess just withdrawals from everything, coffee, sugar, I don't know, whatever else my body was craving.
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 days it was fine actually.
Right.
I sort of, as you know, kind of stayed away from dinner time.
Right, that was really funny.
Yeah, we'd make the dinner table and
That was
Or
funny.
Jonas laying in
I'll be
an
like, because we'd be announcing a lot of times at night. We announce like the next day's tours, and I'm like, "Where's Cora?" And then all of a sudden, the guests were like, "She doesn't want to come in at dinner to get tempted." Because Anna's food is so good with the cooked
Yeah,
vegan
it's
stuff
delicious.
and the really
Raw
like
vegan.
the really raw, tasty food that Anna makes, you know. But you were smart not to come in. You came in later to enjoy conversation with the guests, and you nailed it out. What'd you do? 7 days?
7 days, yeah.
7 straight days, and that kind of segued you in to a beautiful Wachuma ceremony. And Farmer Life family, I guess I'm going to switch it up on you because a lot of I work with caskets, as you know, and I've been working with peyote for all these years. And now, after going to the Sacred Valley in Peru, I brought back some beautiful medicine. Most of you know it as San Pedro. It's a cousin of peyote. Very similar, but also
It's
different.
still
It has
mescaline.
different. It's still mescaline, but it also has mescalito. But it also has different properties and different spirits as well. And so I've been working with that now. The indigenous name, you know it as San Pedro. The indigenous name, though, the Quechuan Indians of the modern day, they're descendants of the Incas. It's Wachuma, and so we'll call it Wachuma for that reason. But you did a Wachuma ceremony with me, and talk to us a little bit. I mean, you were totally prepped, right? You cleansed out the body, getting your intention set, and then we move into a really beautiful Wachuma ceremony. So how was that for you?
Like you said, it was really beautiful, and it's kind of hard to explain.
No
Many
words sometimes.
words,
Yeah, it's difficult, the spirit.
It kind of, I guess for me, just confirmed a lot of things that I already felt or believe in, and it makes you just, I guess, open to things that we don't usually have such, well, a lot of perception on.
Sure.
So you feel, I guess you just feel things maybe more intensified.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, like you said, it was a beautiful experience, and yeah, with Lena and Mike being here as well.
Hello, Lena and Mike. How you doing?
whoop whoop.
Teach us that presence, that oneness.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You know, you really feel connected to everything around you. You know, and that's beautiful. And what was funny is at the end, I was like, you have qualities. She definitely has qualities to be a healer. You know, she kind of looked at me like I was a bit nutty, but she definitely does. You definitely do. I hope you know, your choice, right? But I hope you know, hone those skills. I really do, because you could definitely be a little medicine woman, for sure, someday. No question about that.
Corazita.
Absolutely. And then, of course, that was another facet of what you did here, but you were here for 3 weeks. So talk to us now a little bit about the yoga and other things, any other things that you'd like to talk about the experience here.
Well, as you know, initially I only came for 2 weeks.
Right, and then you added a
I
week.
think like my second day here, I was like, I need to stay another week. I already know that 2 weeks wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
But because I think with 2 weeks, it's just, you just kind of get used to a certain rhythm, and your body starts getting used to the food and the exercise and everything that you do. So 3 weeks, today's my last day, was perfect, I think, for me, perfect amount of time.
Yeah.
I feel different physically, emotionally, also more in touch with my spiritual side. And certainly the food is a really major factor. Obviously here the food is
Good,
amazing.
clean, alkaline.
A lot of stuff comes straight from the farm.
Right.
All the vegetables and fruits, including the clay for the probiotics.
That's right.
Yeah, Brian has
That's
to go eating
right.
dirt.
That's right. Time out. We got to mention this. Couple things, actually. Couple things. One, I talked a little bit about the clay, because down right we have the cool pool, and then we have the clay down there, and the clay's got tons of probiotics. A lot of people do living clay or the green bentonite clays, and we have that. But there's clay right down by our spring where there's tons of probiotics, and you did that a little bit. But also, one thing, I'm going to back up a little bit with Wachuma. At the very end of Wachuma, you told me you were going to jump into a waterfall, right? You told me you were going to jump. I almost forgot about this, but now I remembered it. And just the other day, and you have a little bit of fear with that, right?
I have a slight fear of heights, and also
Yeah.
jumping into the unknown, especially when there's rocks.
I love that. And so there we have some of the biggest lessons from Wachuma. You looked at me at the end of that day and you were like, I'm gonna jump. So you jumped into the unknown. Just a couple.
It was fun. It was great.
High five. You jumped into the unknown, and now you know it's just expansive spirit.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and that was beautiful. Really well done to let go. A lot of times you use these waterfalls and little jumps or whatever so that people can release emotions.
Was that
And
at
was
Nyaka?
nice.
Or
No, it was
Falls?
Peace Falls.
That's
It
right.
was a smaller jump, but I mean, hey, you know, a jump's a
It's a
jump,
jump.
and releasing fear and deciding to jump off the abyss into the unknown, that's a great lesson for anybody. A lot of times it leads us to huge, major shifts, right? Some people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to quit my job and you know, take a left in life or take a right in life. And sometimes when we jump, and just that sort of example of just jumping off a waterfall allows us to let go of that and then make major shifts and major changes. Jumping off that cliff, you know? So anyway, I digress a little bit, but I wanted to mention that some. But also, you know, please, you were talking about the food.
Yeah, the food. So that's obviously one thing. Another thing is daily yoga. So like you said before, you can kind of make off what you want coming here. So you can sit in your room and watch the internet all day, or you can go out and do all the activities.
Enjoy.
And I think I did pretty much all of them.
You did everything.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
I did yoga pretty much every day. Also the qigong that Jodie does. The static dance, which I love, which is just nice movement. Also sometimes with cacao. The different tours, going to the different waterfalls and the hikes. Obviously that's really cleansing in different ways. I mean, physically you get a bit of a sweat on, and also just being at the waterfall, like the Peace Falls, no one else goes there, so you can really feel like
So private,
it's
right?
such a special place.
It really is.
What
And
else?
you got to see it like in the raging,
Yeah,
right
the
after a
rain,
hard
yeah.
rainstorm, and then you also got to
Yeah,
see it the
also
other day when it was
really
really
calm.
nice. Yeah.
Also the session with Secret, who does energy work. That was also really amazing.
She's a great energy worker.
So yeah, you have got the light set up for the different chakras in the spa.
All the different healing modalities.
You have the
You took advantage. You took advantage of
you
a
have
great
the
deal.
vitality pool, which is the natural smaller cold pool.
Little jacuzzi.
Which is really lovely as well, which has got lots of clay. Then you've got the big pool where you can swim around, do some laps.
There's stuff to do.
So there's a lot of stuff, yeah. And I mean, I think I feel better than I have ever in my whole adult life right now.
Nice.
After being here for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it's one of the first times in a while. I remember you said you usually have a beer here and there or whatever,
Yeah.
but you know, and now you realize, oh, maybe I don't have to.
Yeah, well,
Have a
like
beer if I don't want
just
to.
my diet as well. I mean, I don't eat really bad. I haven't eaten
Right.
really bad, but I mean,
Right.
I see now you don't need a lot of the stuff that we kind of just think we need, like all the meat and all the dairy. You know, I think we just overeat the wrong thing.
Sure
so.
do. And what's coming after this? So you're on like a Central and South American tour yet again. You're in your 30s. So where are you going after this?
So in a couple of days, I'm going to Panama. From there, I'm taking a sailboat to Colombia, and then from there, I'm going to make my way through Colombia and Peru. So I'm going to
Nice.
go back to Peru after 16 years.
Back to Peru after 16 years. Maybe going down the rabbit hole a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I have a few plans.
Yes, she will be. So La Gringa, get ready. You know, the Sacred Valley of Peru is your next stop, or in the next in a few
And
months.
Probably go to the Amazon as well, then probably hit
Wow.
Bolivia after that.
Nice. So let us know. Stay in touch.
For sure.
All right. We'll see you, Farmer Life family.
Bye.
Bye-bye.